This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard that tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. There's a cop from Alabama. His name is Eric Fields. And Eric has become an internet sensation all this week because, well, he looks amazingly just like Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Dude, it's uncanny because I saw the picture being shared on Bleacher Report yesterday. And honestly, at first I was like, why did I have two random pictures of The Rock? Like, it just looks like Rock with a shirt on and Rock with a shirt off.
Yeah, and even Rock has said, whoa. He had quite a reaction when he saw a side-by-side picture of him and Eric on Twitter. And Rock said, quote, "Oh, S, wow." And then he goes, guy on the left is way cooler, which is Eric in the picture. And he says, "Stay safe, brother, and thank you for your service. One day we'll drink Terramana," and that's The Rock's tequila.
Nice cheap plug by The Rock in his little post. I love The Rock. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Always a man. He's always working. He's a wrestler at heart.
The humblest of brags.
Yep.
And he goes, "I need to hear all of your Rock stories because I know you got them." And Eric was interviewed by Extra and shared that he is flattered by the comparisons.
It's very flattering. It really is. But I think The Rock will agree if I've heard him talk. That's a big shadow. You want your own image, and when you're following in the footsteps of a giant, it's hard to overcome that. So, but it's flattering.
At first, I was like, he even sounds like The Rock, but then his Southern accent kicked in. So it's like, it's Southern accent Rock.
Southern Rock?
Dude, honestly, yeah, it's Southern Rock.
Can y'all smell what The Rock?
I mean, seriously, the only difference is the dude just isn't, he doesn't have as much of a tan. That's the only difference.
Well, and when he takes his sunglasses off, he doesn't look like The Rock as much.
There you go.
The tan, the tattoo. I mean, but when with the sunglasses on in the right way, like if I would do a double take, he's the same built.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I would too.
A lot of people say I look a lot like The Rock too, from the eyebrows up.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah.
Hey yo.
Hey.
Cha-cha.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, from the eyebrows up, I can't tell the difference.
Yeah, same person.
Yeah. Well,
it doesn't suck though. I mean, of all people to be compared to, it's like, The Rock. Everyone loves The Rock. He's in incredible shape.
So do you make good on that though? Find a way to get to The Rock? Because the guy said, "Look, we'll drink tequila." I'd be like, "Yeah, let's do this."
I feel like this guy. I get the vibe from the interview that he sounds like he's not going to push the issue. But I wouldn't be surprised if The Rock tries to find a way to meet up with the guy because he knows they'll make for a great. The Rock at the end of the day is a massive marketing machine. He meets up with this guy. It's just extra great PR for him. If they have some of his Terramana, all of a sudden people are going to want to try right now I want to try the Terramana tequila. I've heard great things about it. You know what I mean? Like he sees dollar signs by doing something. And also he looks like a good guy because he is.
See, the proper response to me, and I don't know if this guy did this in any social networks, is to go, "That is a great idea. You name the time and place, Rock, I'll be there." That way, then you ball in The Rock's court. But he hasn't done that, so I feel like there's a chance, The Rock might get busy and forget.
Or he just says, "Yeah, Rocky sucks." He's like an old school wrestling fan.
Oh, okay.
That's what they used to chant.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, boy, I would take him up on that offer in a heartbeat. I would definitely tweet back. I'm doing this.
I'd be calling his agent, his PR people, whoever has any contact with him, tweeting at him like, "When are we doing this? When are we doing this? Hey, Rock, I got some free time today.
Hey, Rock.
Yeah,
Rock, what are you up to today, Rock?
Hey, Rock, what's going on?
Because you're right, Steve. The side by side is the two of them being live side by side. Having Terramana. I mean, that is a great opportunity.
See, what they need to do is they need to do one of Rock's cheat days. And have them basically go just food for food and see if he can hang with The Rock when it comes down to those days.
No one can hang with The Rock when it comes down to those days.
Which is the fun part.
Yeah.
I think I remember a certain person on our show tried to see if he could get The Rock to have a cheat day with him. And
that didn't work out.
He tweeted at him or something.
Aww.
Yeah.
Even had a cartoon rendition of it, and that didn't work.
No.
It's because you don't look like him. See, you need to go for Vin Diesel, and I bet you will get that and happening in a second.
And you know what? I bet if I say, "Hey, Vin, The Rock wouldn't do this with me," but I bet you would because you're cooler.
Yeah. And then
Next thing you know, I'm eating sushi with Groot.
Yeah, I feel like that wouldn't happen, which means you're going to have to go for the Joe Coy cheat day, is what you're going to have to go for.
And that will only happen if I bring a bunch of food in studio when he's coming in for an interview.
Yeah,
exactly.
That works. Hey, there you go.
Exactly.
But I want to do it with Vin Diesel because if I eat a bunch of sushi, I could just annoy him. Be like, instead of "I am Groot," I'll be like, "I am full. I am full," and see until he gets annoyed and leaves.
Oh, dude, I would pay for that, and we just have like a camera running and
See how long it takes for Vin Diesel to walk out on Steve.
It's like, this kid.
Yeah.
This guy's
just
stupid.
like, really? Are you going to do this? I am full.
I am full.
You are doing this.
I am full.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, have you guys heard about what this guy did at this minor league baseball game? First of all, the name of the team is fantastic. The Akron Rubber Ducks in Akron, Ohio. Love that.
The team name is the Rubber Ducks?
Oh, yeah. You got to love that.
Oh, I got to get there. I can't. I'm low on cash.
And I feel like I think Akron is where like a big tire company is or was. So rubber is probably a big part of that area. So I kind of think it's cool that the Rubber Ducks are, hey, more rubber action.
Dude, their logo is awesome. It looks like a pissed off ducky.
Oh, you got to love a pissed off ducky. Oh, yeah,
it's
it
like
does.
Angry Daffy.
Right?
Oh, I like that.
Duck looks like it's on fire.
Doesn't look like it's rubber at all. Oh, there's the tire treads. There we go.
Rev, good eye.
Because I was like,
Yeah.
that doesn't look
Dude,
like
whoever
rubber.
designed this deserves, like, I don't know, a bonus. Like,
Okay, wow. Boy,
A certificate.
a promotion to a Major League Baseball team.
Wow, there we go.
That's some creative artwork right there.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice, that's a great logo. I love that. But here's what they do. Here's what they allow you to do. For $5, you can put any message you want on the message board out, and right out there in center field.
Dude, I love minor league baseball for reasons like this.
Yeah. And so this guy was like, okay, $5. Here's what I want you to put up there. I want you to publicly end my relationship at this game.
Oh,
and
wow.
they're like, okay. So during the 7th inning of the Rubber Ducks game, the stadium scoreboard had this message for a woman named Alyssa from a guy named Tim. And it read, quote, "Alyssa, this relationship is over," in all caps.
Dude,
Signed, Tim.
I'm looking at the picture. There it is. It's under, they call it fan shout-outs.
Yeah. Wow, dude. I mean,
What was the crowd reaction at that moment? I wish you would have had video of it,
And
Do
of
you
course,
cheer?
Yeah, right? I mean, that seems kind of awkward.
Do you cheer,
Alyssa?
If you're with your significant other, do you cheer? Because then she's going to look at you and go, "Wait, why are you excited about somebody leaving their relationship?"
I know Alyssa. She sucks.
Yeah, she's very. Yeah, no, this is a good.
I've been telling Tim for years to dump her.
Yeah, you don't know Tim. Tim's great. He's right over there. Yeah, and the Rubber Ducks creative service coordinator confirmed that the message was in fact real. And he said, "Yeah, you know what? Every 7th inning, you pay $5. We'll put your thing on the screen," and that's exactly what they did.
Oh, I wish there was video. I mean, yeah, how do you even pull that? Is that all of a sudden, if Tim pulled out his video on his phone, do you think like Alyssa would start thinking, is he proposing? Why is he filming this thing? You know what I mean? Like you'd think those kind of things.
Oh, that's like the reverse proposal. Like you want to get her reaction to her being dumped. Oh man.
Yeah, I would like be filming that. It shows there, and then pan over to her and go, huh?
Yeah.
See what she said.
It's over.
Must be another one.
I mean, look, you know what? We never used to really record all of the proposals. Remember that? That wasn't a thing we did. We only started recording stuff at the wedding. So I guess, the next trend maybe is recording breakups as you do them in these epic fashions.
I wonder what other random things have been put on that screen for $5. Really?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm willing to blow
really.
$5 and say some stupid stuff.
Right?
Yeah, I think I haven't seen anything to that level. Sometimes they'll call somebody, hey, happy birthday, old man, or whatever, happy 117th birthday.
Right,
or something.
congratulations on your anniversary or something along those lines.
Yeah, you see that, but boy, I want, and I mean, they do put stuff like that up at T-Mobile Park. At least they used to.
But do you think, I wonder how many things they turn down. Because, I always love those stories about, license plate submissions that they turn down because they're just too wrong. I got to imagine, whoever's in charge of the Jumbotron at a sporting event has to filter it still. I mean, that one, it's harmless. I mean, it's stupid, but, at the end of the day, there's nothing offensive in what they wrote there.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody put, those fake names that went by, that whatever that
Right,
political...
Melissa, you're dumped from Hugh Direction.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, could that slip through? Probably not, because you read it, you know what I mean? Then again, people read it before they say it, so maybe that could get through. That would be funny.
I'm looking on Twitter, and somebody's like, hey, you guys asked for no more scoreboard marriage proposal. Now look what you've done. And the Akron Rubber Ducks just replied with a GIF of people laughing. So they're laughing about this, too. Well, at least the person running the Twitter.
Yeah, if I was in charge of all that, I'd be like, yeah, put it through. Only Alyssa's going to be hurt by that. But you know what? Tim paid for the ticket, so it's fine.
Yeah, plus he paid us $5. I mean, that's the deal. $5, as long as it's not profane, we'll throw it up there.
Oh, and they have a special celebration for you, Steve. Take me out to the bald game where they celebrate bald people.
What?
Wow, that's the one.
$5 tickets for bald people.
Where? What?
Take me out to the
time to go to Akron.
game.
No, I'm looking at you, Tacoma.
Yeah.
Come on, Rainiers.
Yeah.
It's time for the Take Me Out to the Bald game.
That's fantastic.
I like that.
And
That's
let me be
amazing.
the mascot for the day instead of Rhubarb.
Oh, really? So you want to be the mascot? There's a lot of bald
Rhubarb's got
people.
hair.
But why do they pick you as the mascot? I mean, there's a lot of bald people.
Because
What
I
are your
was the first to
credentials?
say it.
Yeah, I mean,
all right,
first
well,
he
there you
gets
go.
it.
Dibs.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Shotgun.
Okay. Well,
I would totally go
congratulations.
to a game if it was a bald person night.
Yeah, I think
would
it's a great
too,
idea.
yeah.
How has that not been done in Everett or in Tacoma yet, or has it been and we didn't know?
Oh, and then instead of handing out the giveaway, instead of handing out sometimes you go and you get a free baseball cap, they should hand out those visors. That way your bald head still shows.
Yeah.
And sunscreen,
yeah.
I hope.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lots
you're gonna need
of
some sunscreen. And honestly, Steve, I'm thinking of for the Tacoma Rainiers game, is there any more famous bald person than you that they could get?
Well, Jay Buhner, but I mean he's not going to do
Well,
it.
Jay's, but he
might.
But Jay does stuff with the Mariners. I mean, like a non-baseball dude. You know what I mean? I no doubt about it. Jay could always be the field marshal of any take me out to the bald game thing. You're right.
You know how minor league teams change their name for one game?
Yeah,
The Rubber Ducks alter ego was the Perros Calientes, the hot dogs, and so it was a hot dog running that's on fire. For the logo, and it's fantastic.
Oh, they just decided. I wonder why they changed their name to that.
They do it for all minor league teams usually do. The Albuquerque Isotopes, they were called the Albuquerque Hatch Green Chili Burgers one time.
so they pick a food,
Yeah, usually it's like a food, and they do it for one game.
probably just to get into someone's head so they can buy more of that food.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the merch because they usually do special merch for.
So it would be like the Tacoma fish sticks.
Okay.
cool.
Tacoma fish sticks.
Is that why is Tacoma known for its fish
Are we
sticks?
known? Yeah, are we known for our fish sticks?
Well, we know for fish.
Why don't you just do something that we want to eat, like Tacoma
and
tamales?
fish sticks are funny.
They are. They are funny.
You know what, Rev? It is. It's going to be take me out to the bald game, I suppose. If Steve wants to call them the fish sticks, he gets to.
I prefer that.
And then they can play that South Park song about fish sticks with Kanye.
Thanks, Kanye.
All right.
Vicky
Okay.
found an incredible promotion that they had once, though.
Yes, it was called Autocorrect Night, and they were giving away free T-shirts for the first 1,000 fans, and all it says is "Duck, yeah," because they're the Ducks.
Oh wow, that's a really clever idea with the Ducks.
Whoever's
Duck,
running that stuff is a genius.
That's what I'm saying. Whoever's running the marketing for them, and they need to be promoted.
dude, you're absolutely right.
So
You're
Cincinnati or Cleveland or
just
something.
somewhere
Yeah.
that's not Akron.
They're knocking it out of the park. You're absolutely right. And you know what? You're right, Steve. Either Cincinnati or Cleveland. They should get the call up to the bigs. Yeah, they've done some really good promotions.
Somebody brought up a couple good bald representatives for Bald Night if it was going to happen here in Washington.
Besides
Joe
you.
Coy,
Well, yeah, of course, Joe Coy. If he's around, I guess he would get the call.
Matt Hasselbeck, maybe he's in town for the Ring of Honor thing.
Oh, see, I wanted, I get, look, he's a football. Yeah, he beat. I'm trying to get you in there, but you know what? They're right. These guys are better.
Yeah, I mean, come on. They're like, oh, sorry, Matt Hasselbeck. We already have Steve Miggs. Like, I mean, no, that's not going to go.
Well, but you're Puyallup's finest.
Yeah, but he was the starting quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks.
I don't see the difference. I really don't. I don't see.
You know what? You're right.
I really
have Hasselbeck.
Yeah, what's he ever done for this city?
He left us.
What's Joe Coy ever done? It's not like he sold out arenas or anything. Yeah, they left us and built their fame without us. Steve Miggs stayed in Puyallup, and what did he do? He made basically, you know what, the South Hill Mall pretty damn famous.
Yeah, no matter how much success I'll never achieve, I won't leave Washington.
That's as much as we might want that to happen. He's right; it won't happen. He's staying. Steve is staying. Take him out to the Balls game.
And we could do like Jay Buhner at Buzzcut Night. Remember when Texter brought it up? Remember he used to do the Buzzcut Nights where people would show up to Mariners games and they would shave your head before the game.
All right, Steve, we got it. Uh-oh, Vicky's laughing at something.
What happened now?
I found a mascot. I think it's the mascot to the Lake County Captains. I'm guessing it's another baseball team. And they put out a sign, the mascot, and says, Alyssa, I'm single and ready to mingle from Skipper. Call me now. XOXO.
The mascot's already sliding into her DM.
But it's a mascot to a different team.
Okay, must be a team in the same league, I would imagine, right?
The Lake County Captains.
All right, Lake County. Okay, I don't know where that is, if that's
in Ohio
as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I love the Akron Rubber Ducks. It has Webster as their mascot, and he kind of looks like, what's his name?
Gritty.
Gritty.
Like a cleaned up Gritty.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's a duck, at least.
Yeah.
He's a weird-looking duck, but he's a
duck.
It's like Gritty before the drugs.
Okay.
I like this.
All right, congratulations to the Akron Rubber Ducks. You did a great job, guys.
My new favorite team.
What do you think is the top reason why people hate their job? Well, I'm going to tell you. I'll do that at 8:20 on The Rock.
BJ and Miggs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Want to create a lifetime of memories this spring? Do you remember the joy of jumping as a child? If only there was a way your own kids could experience that same joy safely. Spring Free Trampoline has been engineered to eliminate 90% of product-related injuries. The Spring Free design boasts no springs and a flexible enclosure and proudly offers a 10-year warranty. That's peace of mind. Lock in your ultimate backyard safe space before summer arrives. Visit springfreetrampoline.com.
New on Curiosity Stream. Are we close to building machines that are almost human? And can new technology give us superpowers? Find out on Super Sapiens. And in 1919, a British composer wrote the longest and most complex symphony in history. Conductors tried to perform it, but failed, declaring it cursed. Now a group of musicians will attempt the impossible, if they dare, on Curse of the Gothic Symphony. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Well, they did a poll of a bunch of workers in the U.S. Turns out, half of us do not like our job. That's a lot of people in this fine country.
Yes.
Which really makes you understand maybe why people were not so ready to go back to work when they could collect unemployment, get the stimulus check, all that stuff. If half of the people hate their jobs and then they, didn't have to go to work for a while for whatever reasons, then yeah, that's probably why they didn't want to go back.
Well, it's time to go back. I don't know.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's as much of a motivational speak as I can get.
Is that Liam Neeson telling us it's time to go back?
I have a certain set of skills. Wow. And one of them is to say, it's time to go back.
So, what do you think the top reasons are that people don't like their job? That's it. Number one, pay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Which is interesting to me because, when you talk to certain people, and certain young millennials and maybe some, Generation Ys, money's not a big thing for them. So this job must really not pay anything because what I've come to find out is that, millennials and Gen Z and Gen Ys aren't as money motivated as us Xers and boomers.
Yeah, I think if you could do the math, you're like, well, I'm not getting paid enough to be able to deal with this bull crap. And then, I could take a job for a few dollars less and still be able to pay my bills. I think someone would go for that.
Yeah, that was the conversation I had with Joey Dees a long time ago. Yeah, he was like, what's the point of busting my ass to work to get to a certain financial position and then have to get fired and get a job that pays me half when I'm in my 40s? And he says, I can get that money right now, get half of whatever that would be.
And so then you're like, thanks a lot for depressing me, Joe.
Yeah, I know. He's right, though. And I had that conversation with my dad when I saw the union did not do right by him. And he was a union guy. And then, well, it didn't go well for him. And he lost a lot of his union benefits because they made a deal and it wasn't a great deal. And I thought, I don't think I want to be involved. I don't think I want the union to speak for me. I think I want to speak for myself. And so I can see where each generation doesn't like how maybe they see their parents being treated in the workplace.
I got another one for reasons why you hate your job. Yeah. Having a vending machine full of food, but the machine doesn't work.
Oh, I was going to say that the microwave doesn't work.
That's number 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But the microwave by the front desk does. I mean, it's oddly specific, but that's...
Yeah, I looking at the list, do not see that particular complaint.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't be the only ones dealing with a vending machine that's full of food and it doesn't work.
Technically, it does work.
How?
Yeah.
You put in dollar bills.
Who's got dollar bills?
Yeah.
Thrill, I saw him get something the other day.
Yeah.
Son of a
bitch. Oh, Thrill knows about
He comes prepared.
I mean, you could go get the dollar bills. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could make that adjustment. Yeah, but I'm with you. That irritates the heck out of me. I understand that our workplace isn't completely filled yet with everybody back, but it's sort of like,
we're here.
We're here.
We're still here, guys.
We're doing the job, and I mean, what is it going to take to fix that?
It's been on the fixed list for about 3 months now.
Yeah, man, I want my mint chocolate protein bar that's in there.
Yeah.
It looks delicious.
Are you sure it's probably now expired?
Are you sure it's still good?
You know what? Hard pass on that. I'll take the nuts.
The vending machine to me is a simple fix. You call the company who owns the vending machine and go, hey, get somebody down here and fix it. How difficult is that to do? I just don't think people are calling anybody.
No, they did that.
They did call.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're on their way, BJ. They're coming with Sean Astin.
It's what's happening.
Tell them to give me the number, and I'll call.
Oh, that'll go over well. And now we'll no longer have a vending machine.
Well, at least they'll come, right? I mean, to
take the machine away because they don't want to deal with us ever again.
I would say you fire these people and get a new vending company. There can't be. There's got to be more than one vending machine company in Seattle, right? Hell, if that, I'll open one myself. You want? I'll bring you snacks every week, Steve, and I'll charge you a little bit more.
BJ's vending machine.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Wow, actually,
yeah, man. So that's not on the list. Number one, of course, not being paid enough. Number two, I guess this is a tough one because not everybody's very communicative on both sides. So I don't know how to know sometimes if an employee feels underappreciated at work. Can you tell? Is there a way to figure that out if you're a boss and you're just,
if they tell you. Otherwise, it's kind of a hard one to know. But
I know a lot of people, especially here in this area, who do not communicate their upset. They just grumble or they, if someone's in a bad mood, is that a way you kind of figure it out? Because people in Seattle, they don't complain like that. Mm-hmm. So how would you know?
I've had friends who stayed at jobs for years that they were miserable at, but because they were worried that either they wouldn't find something else or if they complained or made their complaints heard, that they'd get fired. So I'm wondering if that's a big part of it.
But that's the problem. Yeah. How would they, you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place.
You kick in the vending machine and you say the reason why is I feel underappreciated at work.
And Vicky touched on number 3. There's a lack of communication or you can't voice your opinion for whatever reason. Yeah. See, I feel like Man, the new kind of boss has got to be really touchy-feely. They got to make you feel like that
That's
your
actually
job's
a
not in
problem
jeopardy.
at work also. You
Is
can
that a
have
problem?
Touchy-feely boss.
Yeah, all right. Let's see.
Used to be able to.
Well, the boss sucks is number 7 on the list. That's the best one. Number 9 is your coworkers suck.
Well, we learned that, what was it, a couple breaks ago, where the person hated their coworker so much that they did the old donut trick with their unit.
Yeah.
The old donut trick.
How does, again...
It's been around for years, Rev.
Oh, yeah, I've never heard it until now. Eek.
But imagine you've got a boss that doesn't know the people are underappreciated. They hate each other. I mean, it's just like, there's a workplace that's got a bunch of these problems.
I'm trying to look back. I've been pretty fortunate when I look back about all my jobs. I mean, there's always going to be a couple of instances where you're like, oh, that coworker sucked. But on the whole, from my first job flipping burgers in Manhattan Beach and on the boardwalk till now, I've been lucky to at least be around decent people. Everyone's got their moments, but for the most part, everyone's been pretty decent at the workplace.
I feel like you're looking at everybody around the room except for one person.
Oh, who's talking right now?
That's what I was saying. So for the most part,
okay.
For the most part, they're decent people. All right, folks. Of course, so this one I think is a big one.
If you think all of your coworkers suck, could it be that possibly you suck?
Yeah. Oh, look at you getting deep.
Well,
quite possibly.
Yeah. I mean, what are the odds that every single person at the workplace is the worst human being?
Oh, dude, for the longest time, I thought that was my life. And you remember, when I did that speech, I talked about the Justified episode where he's like, you know what? If you are running into people, if you run into an a-hole in the morning, chances are they're an a-hole. But if you're running into a-holes all day long, chances are you're the a-hole.
Right.
And it's very, very true. I had to look in the mirror and go, I quite possibly could be the a-hole in this whole equation.
Now, if you work for a family business and it's like the a-hole family, then maybe, okay, I can understand what you're talking about. But if everybody you work with is awful, I don't know. Maybe there's a problem within yourself.
And look, dude, right now with the way we are because of this whole pandemic, everyone is on edge. So, I mean, you are it's difficult to decide if someone's an a-hole because they're an a-hole or if they're just super stressed. But either way, people are not being nice to each other. And this number 6, no opportunity for advancement. I feel like you have got to make that decision on your own. You've got to go in and you got to know this is as far as I'm going to be able to go in this company. You just take a look at it. I see that in our business, and I'm like, look, take a look at the hierarchy. What are your chances of going much further? You've got to be the one to make that call. You can't be mad at the company for that.
I've been putting in all these years expecting that someday I'm going to become president of the company.
Yeah, that's not going to. Have you noticed they promoted
those stories about people starting as interns and they eventually run the company?
Well,
not me.
Yeah. But, a lot of those folks really did have what it took. You know what I mean?
I believe in you, Steve.
Thank you. See,
again, look who believes in you.
Yeah, but
again,
look what happens when I do become president. The believer stays.
Yeah, right.
The believer stays, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? This company, if they ever made you president, I'm thinking that will be the end of this company.
They'll just be printing money.
I think it would be. Yeah.
It would, because we'd have breakfast every morning, drive through in our office.
Yeah. I'll vote for you, Steve. Wait,
the only way I see that happening is a Ted Lasso situation, if you don't know the show, where somebody's hired intentionally to destroy the franchise and destroy the business, which is, that's the only reason where I could see that
Major League.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of 80s movies, so I think I'm in on this.
Yeah, and it always works out for the best.
Yeah.
Well,
spoiler alert, the Indians won the World Series.
Yeah, well, spoiler alert, in the first season of Ted Lasso, the team got demoted, so, or as they call it, relegated over there. So, no, it doesn't always work out.
Well, on the more mainstream level, it does.
Yeah.
I feel like the, reality would be that you would tank this company badly. Yeah.
I still believe in you.
Thank you, Reb.
Yeah, okay. All right, Reb believes you. Even Danny doesn't believe in you, and Vicky's not
Danny's
saying anything
an
because
email to the company to see how soon can we vote for a new president.
Yeah.
Is that what you want? Okay. Yeah.
I threw in my vote with that.
Ah, good.
Well, how would that go if we sent an email to the company, one of those reply, send to the entire staff and say, awesome. At any point are we going to vote a new president in?
Dude, do like they did in Star Wars, where they had a vote of no confidence. When the Emperor took over, we have a vote of no confidence in our current president. Yeah. We get Jar Jar Binks to say it's Steve,
and then
Steve would be good.
And then a picture of you holding your verified belt.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
Yeah.
So. Number 6.
Vicky's already working on making buttons.
Yeah, I'm working on his campaign. I'm your campaign manager.
Is she really doing
Vote
that,
for
by the way?
Migs.
Is that what Vicky's going to now do? Go look for buttons on the internet?
There you go.
Buttons for
She
$20.
actually is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Honestly, this show, no. You know what? No. I don't want either one of you geniuses running anything.
Well, get used to it, BJ.
Oh, really? Get used to it?
The uprising is about to begin.
Feel like there's enough people that, have control of this company that can keep this from happening. But you know what? You keep living the dream. How about the fact that the hours suck? That is my biggest complaint about this job and every morning job I've had. The hours suck.
What, you don't love going to bed at 8?
Dude, it is, I
that count as staying up late?
I have a super social neighbor who's super connected, and it's like, man, if I got to be friends with this guy, finally I'd be friends with somebody who's a somebody who really gets things done. Who's super
all of your friends that are listening right now probably feel really awesome about that statement.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Look, you're absolutely right. My friends are good people, but they're not somebody's like this guy. Wow. But he keeps inviting, and he's my neighbor, and he lives literally right next to me. And every time he invites me over, which is reasonable for a regular human being, he goes, hey, why don't you come on over to the house around 5 or whatever, and we'll all hang out. And I'm like, dude, I can't, because I can't go have beverages and get all, jacked up with conversation, because I got to go to bed in a couple hours after that. And my whole life sucks, because what normal people get to do, like just go hang out, the hours suck. Now, look, it really does. I know people don't understand it, but that you know it, Steve, and we all know it. You can't be like a normal person, because you just got to get to sleep to get up early.
I always say, whenever someone asks me about my gig, I'm like, the only thing I can complain about is getting up. I mean, honestly, after that, it's like I'm very blessed. But getting up every day at 3-ish in the morning and they're like, well, don't you get used to it? I'm like, no, it gets worse. It gets worse the older you get to it. The more miserable it feels when you hear that alarm go off. And it's just like, but once I get past that, everything's cool. I mean, we tell fart jokes for a living. That's awesome. But getting up sucks. And then, you said, on the flip side, knowing that, okay, it's 7:30, 8 o'clock, boy, I need to start figuring out when I'm going to shut it down.
Yeah.
Especially in the summer.
Oh, so you're absolutely, and that's when I get invited to this dude's house all the time. And, I mean,
at least your current friends, they should feel lucky to know that you don't have that ability to get better friends because of your work schedule.
I know, you're absolutely right. They'd be gone if I had a better work schedule. They wouldn't be. You're absolutely right. They wouldn't be in my life. And that really is my biggest complaint. And of course, Vicky. That's it. Those are the two biggest complaints I have for the job.
Are you mad that I have finally designed Steve Miggs Vote for Miggs stickers?
We're still doing that?
Yes. I wanted to see if I could, and I did.
Well, yeah, of course you could. It's like you just type in text and it happens.
I was just trying to find a place that had a variety.
Had to, code it.
Yay, Vicky can type.
I can type.
Steve,
well, I found a whole. If you don't like that one, I have so many more you can pick from.
And she's still talking. Nobody asked for this.
No, not even me, the one that's trying to start the uprising.
Can we just basically put an IV of Ritalin into her? I would love to do that, just so that maybe she would stay on track with what the hell this show is.
She looks so proud, though, right now.
I'm so
I know
happy.
she does. She's so happy with herself, and she's done absolutely nothing anyone asked her to do.
This is why I'm happy at work.
I mean, it's like yesterday, Tatum figured out how to put an acorn in a bucket. And, man, she looked really proud about that. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting right now from Vicky.
Oh, Dad's proud of me.
Okay. I actually think the acorn in a bucket's a better accomplishment.
Kind of, It's actually pretty impressive. They were on the sidewalk, and she got him off the sidewalk. It was cool.
See that? Oh, geez. She knows what's up. She's like, look, I got to get these before the squirrels do. Those bastards. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
How many cars does Memphis have to steal in order to save his brother in Gone in 60 Seconds?
6.
No.
9.
No.
5.
No.
I don't even know.
Do you remember, Steve?
69.
No.
50.
Yeah.
Woo, good job, buddy.
Yeah, baby.
You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're going to play Beat Miggs. We'll do that at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another question from a listener. I'm getting my wages garnished. Can bankruptcy help with that?
Absolutely. One of the big reasons people file bankruptcy is because they have a judgment or a lawsuit against them, or their wages are getting garnished, and so they can't pay their other regular ongoing bills. People sometimes think that you can't file bankruptcy once they have a judgment against them or once a garnishment has started, and that's not true. Filing bankruptcy will immediately stop any garnishment that you have going, except for child support, and stop your creditors from continuing on with garnishments of your bank account, your wages, and in most cases will discharge that liability through the bankruptcy process. And we can file a bankruptcy case for you usually the day you come in.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
New on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies come superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.